Hey everyone, so today I just want to make a video on things that I think Ace could do better and with very low amount of effort to make the game just a little bit better. The reason I'm making this video today is the very first thing on the list, and it's why I'm making this video, is better communication. I've been just anxiously waiting for the patch notes on this week's patch. They have some kind of holiday over in China right now, like Labor Week or whatever, where they're out until May 3rd, which is another 2 days. So they should be, back in full swing here in a day or two. But anybody who's been on Discord or been involved with the game knows that things haven't been going very great for them. So to me, it was odd that they wanted to go in and fix some things, and I think they had anticipated having a nice update for us for this week's patch. But then all of a sudden, communication went dry and we hadn't heard anything about it. So I'm stuck here not knowing what to talk to you guys about. So then I figured I'd just make a little video on things that I think would be really easy for them to implement that would make, a lot of people's lives easier in this game. I know a lot of people do care about quality of life improvements, and some people come up with some really great ideas that I didn't even think of. But today, I have just a list of, like 5 or 6 things. So the first one is definitely better communication. I want this game to succeed, and I just don't understand why they don't tell us anything about it. We have to find out about, what's in the patch a day before it comes out. We don't have any kind of knowledge about what heroes do. Their wording is poor. So that's definitely one of the main things that I would love to see fixed, is just people talking to us a little bit more. So we can, get people pumped about the game. So I don't understand why that would be so hard. The second thing revolves around this matrix system. I know a lot of people don't really like this. I actually think this is a really good idea on its core. A lot of things that I have, a lot of people I have heard during these gacha games that I've played have said similar things along the lines of, it'd be so nice if you could trade legendary heroes and stuff like that, which is, in my opinion, a silly concept. I mean, that's kind of what loops people into the game and gets them to spend on the game, is getting that lucrative legendary character. So it's an odd thing for me to hear people say that. And, it just won't ever be implemented. But this is honestly one of the closest things that I think you can get to in regards to trading legendary heroes. This matrix system is pretty nice in certain aspects, like with the market. I think it's pretty nice in here. Being able to get Yolanda matrices, Scarlet for newer players. You have Abaddon matrices, Windstrex, and then Lunar Melisa. Like, they added all of these. Same thing with Andre, Harbag, blah, blah, blah. This is a really nice, valuable resource, I think, for people who can't test their luck with shards. So that's actually a really cool idea, and I like it on the surface. The problem is actually trading these things is where you get into an issue. So I don't understand why they put this behind a once per day kind of limitation. I think what would make it so much better is if you could just trade 10 of them per day. You would be able to get the heroes much quicker, but not at a rate that I think is going to hurt the company from a profit standpoint. And it also, there's more interaction between your guild then, with trading these things and being able to help each other get some of the newer legendaries, especially if they're, these matrix heroes that are behind a paywall or whatever, which I'll get into in a second here. But, the fact that you can farm up Yolanda matrices, or you can farm up Abaddon matrices. People who didn't, have the resources to go after one of those synthesis matrix heroes, using badges or something like that, that would be a really great resource to trade between your guild, as a kind of camaraderie kind of thing. So I think if they changed it to 10, because you still need 100 matrices, if they change it to 10 a day in here, and same thing with like the epics, like 2 a day is really silly. They should make this 20 a day. It doesn't increase, the type of matrices that you even have available. Like, it's not easy to get these. You get them from dispatch, but the rate of return on those matrices is pretty low, so you'll eventually run out. It's not like you can just swap between all of these legendaries and then pick and choose what you get. So that's definitely the first one, is increasing the amount of times that you can trade these. I think for legendaries, it should be 10 per day, just like how much you can get per week in the shop. You're going to be limited to resources on those matrices anyway. The other thing is obviously increasing the rate of return that you get on these. If I opened up 95 of these legendary matrices, I'd probably get like 3 if I was lucky. So I think they do need to increase the odds. I would love to see a 1-to-1. If I got a legendary matrix chest, I was guaranteed to open 1 legendary matrix, but I'm also a realist and don't think the company would do that. But if it was 50-50 or something like that, I think that would still be a positive thing. All right. The second thing is, I really think they need to implement better ways of using your gems. Right now, you have a couple things. You have this market in the gem shop, and then you have ways to spend it on energy, and then summons. I would love to see them have the option to buy this elite magic pass with gems. These are resources that you can farm in the game, and then this is completely blocked behind paying actual money. So if you could save up and farm, all of the endless trials, doing all of your daily quests, you could eventually farm up enough gems I'm combining words, buy this elite pass for, like 3,000 gems. That way, you get all these great resources. You're still using gems, which take away from your summons or energy, so it's not like it's completely free. But you can then determine if you want to, get this Lego book once every other rotation, or you can get the Magic Pass hero that they have in there. I don't understand why they don't do that. There's plenty of games that do this. I know it's not hard to implement or anything like that, so I think that would be a really nice thing. And then the other thing that I would love to see them use gems on is these matrices, right? These badges. It would be really nice to have a legendary badge that you could buy for, 1,000 gems or whatever. And then that way you have the ability to get these matrix heroes or these additional rewards that they have behind this paywall. It's like only behind a paywall. I just don't understand it. If you implement, ways to get these resources by buying these badges with your gems, I think it would just be a really great thing for the community. Maybe it's not 1,000, whatever works for their profit margins or their analytics. I know that's just a huge thing with these games, so whatever's the right number, but giving players another option, to utilize these gems, I think would just be a really, really nice thing for the community. The other thing is these Matrix heroes. I don't understand why these are behind a paywall. Like, these should be things like a fun thing for the community to be able to farm and get enough of these matrices by spending their resources efficiently to get this new cool hero. It shouldn't be one of those things where you can only do it if you've saved up for 5 months worth of matrices that you got free from your quests, right? With these badges. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You should have these cool new things for people to farm and all look forward to getting and doing together. It shouldn't be this thing that is completely tied behind a paywall. That's absolutely bogus in my opinion. Another thing that I would love to see with these new heroes is, like, even as a content creator, we don't have access to these heroes until they're implemented in the game. Like, they have the kit of this hero all figured out, their abilities and everything like that, but they're not actually put into the game until, I think it's when you can actually achieve the hero at the first 100 matrices that you could achieve, which is probably in this like dispatch event or something. So I would love to see them implement a sandbox feature where if you click on this hero intro, you can go down here and click like test hero. I've seen this done in so many games where you just go in and you set your parameters, you set the HP of the enemy that you have in there, and you test out the kit. You see how things work, like how much scaling does this killing slash ability have? And then that way oh wow, this hero is going to be absolutely fantastic for a certain part of the game. And even if they don't take this behind a paywall, because I don't think they will, if you still had that feature, you give people incentive to go after this character because it's so good, So implementing that kind of sandbox feature in here to just set your parameters and test the skill kit would be absolutely amazing. I don't want it tied to just, content creators that have access to it early or something like that. It'd be great for the whole community to have that. So that is that. The other thing is, I think they really need to add a couple more things that you can auto. This Blitz feature that they implemented in Adventure is absolutely amazing. Like, it's fantastic. One of the biggest pains of this game was farming up glyphs. So the fact that they implemented that was amazing. But they still need to implement it in two places, in my opinion, and that's definitely Guild Boss. Like, this takes way too long. You're just sitting there. It can't be in the background. If they put it in background, that would also solve things if they didn't want to put this on auto. So either background or auto on the Guild Boss would be amazing. And then the other thing is faction challenges. If you have 3 stars on a stage, you should be able to auto this. And I think that would be simple. They already have stuff like that in the game where you can do that. So transitioning it over to the faction challenges and Guild Boss shouldn't be hard. I got 2 more things here. The other one is I would love to see these bounty hunts reset every single year. I think that is a long enough time for people to, not have these resources available to them for the entire year. They reset it not too long ago, but every single year resetting it, updating it with, the latest heroes or even putting in artifacts. I know that makes it crazy hard, but at the same time, having those resources available to us over and over again gives us incentive to keep playing. And having another Ascension pot for Light and Dark Legendaries would be so cool every year. And I don't think it's that much, It's once a year. I would just love to see that refreshed every single year. And then last but not least, a boy can dream, I guess, is I would love, and I've seen many people mention this, I would love to see the ability to synthesize some of these books. 52 rare books do nothing for me. If I can synthesize 10 of them to get me one epic book, that'd be so worth it. These are like worthless. These are absolutely worthless. But collecting these during events and stuff like that could, over time, be a useful thing to then synthesize into epic books. And then, 5 epic books for a legendary book, I think would be a fair trade as well. I would love to see that happen. They probably make way too much money on these books for them to do that, but I know a lot of people have asked for it. And then, obviously, I said that was the last thing on my list. obviously, though, they need to upgrade these rewards. Like, this is this is absolutely nothing, for playing for the day. You know, upgrade these maybe to, the yellow versions, and then put, a normal version of these purple charms down here or something. Or just more jelly would be great. The 50 gems is whatever, that's fine. The weekly rewards, again, need to update this. It's just not enough. And then these advanced quests, like, some of them are good. Like this Star Tendril, that's fine. But the 400, this is absolutely worthless. And so is the 1600. Update these. Put more books in there. Put more jelly. Put things that are actually useful to the community. That would just be really nice. Simple things. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is already in the game. It's been tried and implemented in other gacha games of this kind. I don't think it's anything too much to ask. But that's all I have for you guys today. Kind of just figuring some things out on my own on what I would like to see changed within the game. And I'm making this video because they just aren't telling us about new stuff that's coming out in the game. And it's just really frustrating, so I'm having to, just shoot from the hip with videos like this. But hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.